We're live.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nosebleed Section. I am your host, Joe. I'm joined by my same colleagues as always, Paul, Jay, Steve, and Bidgie. What's going on, fellas? What's up? What's up?
What up?
It's been a
What's going
minute.
on?
Been a minute. So we're gonna jump in tonight to our first round mock draft of the NFL draft. It's 17 days away, if I'm not mistaken. It really is the 12th, 29th. Yeah, 17 days away. So we're gonna, everybody's doing their mock drafts. Everybody's on, 3.0 and 5.0 and all that other shit. But we're doing one and done. We wait until most of the free agency moves to come out and everything, all the big significant names to come out. There's still a couple names like lingering. I think Clowney's visiting the Browns. James Conner's visiting the Cardinals today. A couple names here and there, but I think, again, with 17 days to go, barring any major trades like the Darnold news or anything, we'll get into that also. Barring any news like that, I think a lot of people's boards are pretty much set and, what they're going to do, or they have an idea. But we're going to jump into our picks. The way we have this set up, I hope this doesn't come off confusing, but we are going to be using the Pro Football Network's mock draft simulator. So in doing that, we've all decided Paul's going to be our moderator. Paul's going to move the draft along because we all have a tendency to ramble and start talking and get sidetracked. So we get a little too off track. Paul will reel us back in, or he'll at least attempt to. I don't know who you're pointing to because I don't. The order's probably different.
See, the way I'm looking at it is different. So it's like
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who you're pointing to, so it could be me. I don't know. It might be.
I gotta look at the feed.
It's
Where's
probably
Jay?
Jay. It's probably Jay.
It's Jay I'm looking for.
Okay. I'm sure he's quiet now. He's quiet right now. But I know that man has a lot to say.
If you guys watch us on Heel Heat, Jay, we all rant. Jay is the ranter. Then there's I think it's between me and Benny, right behind him.
So I have a lot of feelings and I say a lot of words.
He uses his words
eloquently.
Sounds so bad. So we're gonna jump into it. So we're all controlling all 32 picks for our teams. So that way we all can control the board. We all know once one person goes, we're all gonna select that person off our board. So we all have the same people available for the first round. All right. Maybe later in the week, maybe we'll do a second round or something like that. But for now, here's our mock draft. So with the first pick in the draft, I will be kicking it off. And I will actually turn it over to Paul. And Paul, you'll be the moderator. You control the draft and everything. So Paul, you got it. Take over.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So with the first pick of the draft, we have the Jaguars who are taking it. Their needs are QB, tight end, DL, safety, and O lineman. So far, their offseason moves have been they signed Urban Meyer. They signed Shaquille Griffin at CB, Marvin Jones, wide receiver, and Roy Robertson Harris. And that's what they've done offseason so far. So, Joe, as the number one pick, who do you think they're going to go with?
I mean, being completely honest here, we all know this is pretty much a lock. So, I mean,
ding.
Oh, thank you. Listen, don't come on Nosebleeds acting a fool, all right? So the first pick in the draft, yes, they are taking quarterback Trevor Lawrence, Clemson. Obviously, he's locking the draft first pick. He should be at least. I mean, we were talking a little off camera before we started about the whole thing with Urban Meyer wanting to build, everything as far as bring in Justin Fields and he'll do his whole Ohio State thing again. If it happens, there's a 0.0% chance that it even happens. If this guy does bring in Justin Fields as the first pick in the draft to the Jags, I mean, I'll laugh. I'll laugh. And I'm sure my friend and colleague under me, Jay, is going to be ecstatic and cry tears of joy as the Jags.
I might cry.
Podium.
I might cry.
And Steve will cry tears of sadness and sorrow.
I could cry tears of sadness. Just not an ideal situation. But it is what it is. No.
But with the first pick in the draft, yes, we were taking Trevor Lawrence, and we are ecstatic because we have our franchise quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years plus. I'm done.
And who's picking number 2?
Jaquan.
Jay picking for our lovely Jets. We're Jets fans. And our biggest needs are cornerback, offensive lineman, tight end, and edge. We hired Robert Saleh this offseason. We traded Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers. We signed Carl Lawson, Corey Davis, Sheldon Rankins, and Jarrett Davis. Now, my friend, what will you do for our franchise? Who will you pick us?
First off, I want to say, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh my God.
This officially, with this pick, we will be the first franchise to choose 2 quarterbacks within the top 3, I think. First time in NFL history, because we really just can't get it right. With that being said, this is not my pick. This is just what I think the Jets are going to do because all signs point to this. Especially with the fact that Justin Fields and Trey Lance are having second pro days and the Jets are announced to not be at either. I believe that the Jets are sold and will take quarterback Zach Wilson out of BYU with the second pick.
And I'm not going to say much because I already know how you feel already about that one. So we will
comment.
We will continue on that one. Joe, who's picking next?
I am.
Benji.
All right. Benny, you're picking for the 49ers who moved up, and they traded with the Dolphins. This came up via Texans. So they need QB, cornerback, defensive lineman, O-lineman, and tight end. They kept their free agents, the majority of them, this offseason. They haven't really done much besides that and this move from 12 to 3. So where do you think they're going, Benny?
Logic states that you do not trade up, especially not this high and in this position in the draft unless you were looking for a quarterback. Recently, we've also been hearing, or let me put it like this. I don't know if you guys heard anything about this because I didn't say anything about it afterwards, that Washington is looking to trade up because they're trying to get Trey Lance. I think that is actually going to scare San Francisco into picking him because my choice for them was actually between him and Justin Fields. I think Fields is actually going to fall a little bit further in this one, and Trey Lance is going to be the pick for San Francisco.
Trey Lance at 3?
Yep. I think they're going to fall right into the Carson Wentz trap.
It's an interesting hot take because you trade up to 3 to take Trey Lance. I don't know. That does you didn't have to go that high, I don't think, to get Trey Lance. But
I don't think you had to either. But
I don't think Trey Lance is going to be the pick, personally.
Yeah, me neither. I'm pretty sure
Fields. All pundits tend to point to Mac Jones at this point, and that's literally the word I've been hearing this entire time. It's been Mac Jones.
If things fall in the way that I think they're going to with us picking, I'm actually gonna be picking Mac Jones a little bit later.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm saying I truly believe that they're sold on Mac Jones being Kyle Shanahan's second chance to coach a Kirk Cousins type of quarterback. Mm-hmm. And he firmly believes that a Kirk Cousins type of quarterback is what's going to lead him to the promised land. Mm-hmm. I tend to not agree with him, but I do believe that is the consensus out of the building per everything I've been hearing from start to finish.
Yeah. To me the best. All right. So who's next? Steve. All right.
Yeah, I'm next. I'm the Atlanta Falcons here.
And the Falcons, here it is. The Falcons are in 4. They need edge, cornerback, offensive lineman, safety, and a quarterback. They've had some difficult moves to make due to cap situations, the commitments with Matt Ryan at $26 million a year, Julio Jones at $23 million a year, and Grady Jarrett at $20 million a year. So who do you think they're picking, Steve?
So this is interesting because I think the Falcons should trade down. It really doesn't make any sense for them picking here at 3. Drafting a quote-unquote heir apparent is stupid because with the way the salary cap is structured, why do you want to blow a year or 2 on a rookie deal, having him sit on the bench? It's a waste. With that being said, it's really a tough one for me. I would most likely, if I'm making this pick, and I have to pick it, I'm picking Sewell from Oregon.
Steve done
Hey,
blown up the draft
Sewell.
already.
See,
Done
for
fucked
me,
the draft up.
this is where I thought the best spot for Trey Lance to land would be.
Yeah, but
Okay.
think about it though. People get so obsessed with this heir apparent bullshit. You have a 5-year rookie deal. 4 years are super cheap. 1 year is relative. It's cheap relatively. There's no reason to burn a year or two sitting behind someone. I just think it's a waste.
No, but here's the thing: Trey Lance needs that time to make sure he's adjusted to the NFL.
Yeah, okay, that's great. And you're going to do that.
Trey
with the
Lance
fourth
is
pick of the
definitely
draft?
2 years away.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
you're going to take someone
It's a
who's
year
2
or
years
two.
away with the fourth pick of the draft. That
Yes.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
I
that.
may be
He
wrong.
has that much upside.
I'm probably wrong on this. Like, I'm not going to give you some hot take here. I'm most likely wrong. They're
No.
probably going to take a quarterback because that's what
Right.
people do. I just, my own good conscience, couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, and
So you said Penei
Penei
Sewell?
Sewell, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know they need a tackle, but he's a franchise tackle, and you can always use franchise tackle.
No, their
But
needs
again, to be
were-
clear, I would trade down. I think they
their,
should.
their
trade.
needs was offensive linemen. Their needs was offensive linemen. So
I
It's
would
probably
trade
more
down,
so
but-
the interior, though.
And the
Mhm.
Falcons should trade down. That's what I think they'll do. But we're not doing that as part of the mock. Is my point.
okay.
So I picked it more of just I had to pick somebody.
So
All
now
right.
we got
Part of me was thinking Kyle Pitts, but that would just be ridiculous.
No,
you
it
never
wouldn't
know.
be.
No,
That's
it wouldn't be.
actually where I would have.
Part of me was like, yeah, they're not going to do that, but you put Jones and Kyle Pitts on the same.
I mean, you
offense.
don't.
I mean,
People were
again,
talking about
It's
he's
not
the
a bad.
best.
It's not a bad draft.
He's
It's not
the
a bad
best
pick.
offensive weapon in this draft, and you can never have too many weapons.
Yeah.
Right? That's where I was going with it. But I, was like, no,
and
no.
who's to say they don't take off a wide receiver too as well at that point either?
I don't think you take a wide receiver that high. If they trade back, then I could see the wide receiver.
They really
going.
should trade back. They're
agree.
right for trading back.
And they're
They
looking to
remind me
trade
of
back.
Giants a few years ago when the Giants, Eli is similar, Matt Ryan similar to where Eli was, still good, not in his peak, still pretty good though. And just if you were to improve the team by stockpiling picks, you probably have a chance maybe for a playoff push.
Okay. All right. So Joe, you're back at 4 with the Bengals.
Back at
Back at
with
5,
the
sorry.
Bengals. All right, so this is interesting because I was gonna go Sewell here.
Yep.
because
Mm-hmm.
I was
That's
gonna go
where I think
Sewell.
he is.
That's where I was gonna go because I mean, Joe Burrow, he's a great quarterback, but obviously the guy got hurt because his line wasn't good. So you want to be able to make sure your franchise quarterback is, can stay upright. So it doesn't matter what weapons you have, regardless in front of you. This one sucks now because I'm staring at somebody, and I know Bitch is gonna hate me if I take him here.
Go ahead and take them. I'm like, hey, it is what it is.
It's a no-brainer pick who you're going to take here. I mean, you
Is
have
it
to make your
though?
quarterback happy. So think about that.
Yeah, I gotta do it. I really want to think about Rashawn Slater here because they need to shore up the line, but they can always go back for interior lineman in a second. And I mean, I'm gonna pair him with one of his friends. I'm giving the Bengals Jamar Chase at 5. I'm going
Wow.
Jamar Chase.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, they also just I think they just signed Randy Moss's son. Was it? I can't remember his first name.
Yeah,
Thaddeus.
They
Yeah.
claimed him off waivers from the Redskins, but I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not putting that out there like, hey, there's our receiving course fixed.
Oh no! They still need more.
But I
They still need
mean-
more.
I mean, now you pair, you got T. Higgins, you got Jamar Chase, you got and what's the name? Too?
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd. So you got a solid receiving core. I mean, now you got to
Yeah.
go back in the draft. You go back in the draft second round, pick up somebody like a Wyatt Davis. You can work on your interior. So they got options in the second round. But I was going to go.
What's funny about the Bengals situation is I would pick Jamar Chase too as well because we want to keep the quarterback happy. But truth be told, the receivers are fine. T. Higgins is pretty good. The smarter move is actually a tackle. But to your point, and I mean, I agree with the pick. I'm just saying it's interesting.
I see. I don't know about the receivers because on a fantasy perspective side, every time as you pick a receiver, there's no matter if it's AJ Green or John Ross, you're getting disappointed. One's getting hurt or one doesn't play at all. Like take your pick.
I
So
think both of them are gone now. John
they're
Ross
both
is a
gone,
Giant.
but I'm
I don't
saying
know where he's at
even
Green
the
right
ones
now. I
that
think
came
he's
in,
Arizona.
Yeah,
yeah,
Green and
they're both
Arizona.
gone. But I mean, even when the guys that stepped in for them, I mean,
I mean, but you still the thing that the reason why I was leading towards offensive line for Cincinnati was they still have Tyler Boyd.
right. And I thought so too, because you like Joe said, you have a franchise quarterback in Joe Burrow, so you want to keep him upright.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, his injury came. Why? Because of protection. So Penei Sewell makes a perfect pick, but because he went to the Falcons,
That's
Right.
my only thing. I didn't want to take Slater at 5. I thought it was a little too soon. Again, I would have, if I was them, I would like trade back like even like a slot or two. But like, I just thought about, I was like, at this point, like to me, I see Tyler Boyd more of a slot receiver anyway. So if I can put him in my slot, and I can have T Higgins, and I can have Jamar Chase on the outside, and I have
Mhm.
three young good receivers. And then again, this is the line. This is the draft where you can go back and you can find starting quality linemen in the second round. So
Right.
all right. Next we got Jay picking for the Dolphins, who did a nice little move. They moved back from was that 3 to 12 and back to 6. So their needs are wide receiver, edge, offensive lineman, running back, and a linebacker. They signed Will Fuller, Jacoby Brissett, and Matt Skura this offseason. Jay, who do you have them drafting at number 6?
This is definitely a no-brainer for me. As a Jets fan, this is gonna suck. But if this is the way the draft boards fell, it's a no-brainer. You're taking Devonta Smith here. You're giving Tua his favorite target in Miami, and you're taking Devonta Smith here.
I'm
enough.
really surprised you went that
Ooh.
route.
Me too. I would have gone Kyle Pitts.
That's what I'm saying, because you're talking about a situation down there where you still have Devontae Parker down there, and you have Will Fuller.
I
had
understand the
Kyle Pitts
optics.
I would have gone Pitts, but hey,
I completely understand what you guys are saying. But
thing.
again, you're trying to maximize Tua and what Tua does, and the one guy that knows Tua better than anybody else, where you have built-in chemistry, and you can throw him out there and not have to worry about it. You can put him anywhere on the field. It's Devonta Smith.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. There was rumors and stuff going around that the Dolphins don't have much faith in Tua, and they thought about
They
moving away
didn't
from him.
They didn't stay at 3 to get a quarterback. That's the only confirmation
exactly.
I need.
They're not
for
trading
them to say that they're rocking with Tua.
But here's the thing: they got Brissett, and Brissett's going to give him a challenge.
That's cute.
So
That's cute.
I mean,
I'm going with Tua.
The thing is, I actually agree with you, Paul. I think that they are not sold on Tua, but I think they're sold enough on him that they're going to move forward this year with him. Like you don't trade down the 6.
The way I look at it, the way I'm looking at it is, there are other options you need to get. You need to whoever's going to be the quarterback, you need to give them weapons.
Exactly.
They need to figure out. They need to figure out Tua. They need to figure out if he's not the answer, is Jacoby the answer?
Jacoby is not the answer.
No, I know, but I'm saying like figure out what you have right now, and you can't do that if you can give that person that quarterback any weapons or any protection at all. So,
I mean, also,
so we call it a Heisman winner, not a weapon, is what you're telling me?
No. What I'm saying is, you want to give either Tua or Jacoby weapons. So it doesn't. I'm not talking about Devonta. I'm talking about those two guys. You want the quarterback to succeed, so you're trying to give them weapons or protection. That's why they move back, because they're not looking at. They're trying to figure out what they have at quarterback right now. Either
for sure,
or Tua.
You know what I think Miami's long-term plan is, if Tua is not the answer this year, I think in the offseason, because they do have, I still think a pretty decent draft capital. I think
they have more than
try
decent draft capital.
They're going to try and go ahead and get a star veteran who's on the trade market. Is what I think Miami will do if they see Tua is not like the answer.
That's what I'm
Whether
saying.
it be Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. Because I think they can lure them with South Beach, lure them with a really talented roster.
No state tax.
Exactly. I mean, I'm speculating on that, but that's my guess.
And like I think we're on the same page. It's like bring in the quarterback when you have the protection and the weapons already there. Don't bring
and
the
they have the
quarterback.
great market. So
don't bring the quarterback in when you're missing that stuff.
Yeah, that's their plan. I think that's why they said there's no one that who they love. We'll go to 6, pick the best player we can get, see what Tua is. If he's not the answer, worry about it next year.
Yeah,
I think also to Jay's point, on the Devonta Smith pick, you gotta look at it also. They signed Will Ferrell on a 1-year deal, and that dude tears ACL like every season.
And hey, he got suspended for
Right.
performance enhancing drugs.
He doesn't play a full season. He doesn't play a full season at all.
He either
So,
gets hurt or he gets suspended.
I wasn't even worried about Will Fuller. When they signed him, I was like, he's good for maybe 3 games. That's it. And even one out of those 3 games he plays, he'll probably give productive like 1 or 2.
Exactly. So you give 2 of his best weapon, and you still have Devontae Parker, and they got Gesicki at tight end. So I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
All right.
It's a good pick. I mean, I have no complaints.
Yeah. And next pick, you got Benny with the Lions. The Lions, they need wide receivers, linebacker, safety, cornerback, O-lineman. They traded Jared for Jared Goff. And
So in other words, they need a
Rodgers.
team.
Oh,
They
they
need,
a new team.
They need a whole team right now.
yeah. They got some.
Honestly,
they
the
signed-
Lions should just trade down a stockpile.
Yeah, they're looking. I think Jay, you mentioned it. They were looking to trade back if they could.
Yeah, they were one of the teams looking to trade back.
Along with the
Honestly,
Falcons.
I could, if this were the scenario, this is a scenario where I could see Dallas getting aggressive and Dallas trying to move up to 7.
Not because if everything falls the way that it's going, Dallas, from all I've been hearing, is actually they're targeting who it is I'm about to pick for Detroit. And
I know
Kyle
that's why I
Pitts.
said they would move up to 7 to get him.
Yeah,
I don't
they'd have to
exactly
move
where
up
they're
before 7 though.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Here's the
think
thing,
they
they
will.
have the equity to move up there.
The reason why I'm saying that is because one of Detroit's biggest needs is at wide receiver. They lost their top 2 wide receivers in the offseason.
Right.
So you look at the situation, the way things were looking like they were getting ready to fall, the idea that I had in my head is this is where Jamar Chase was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's off the board already and Kyle Pitts is still there, you can do all kinds of things with Kyle Pitts,
I agree with
including
you.
lining him up at wide receiver.
I
So
agree
if
with
you
That's
you.
the
get to
right
that
pick.
point,
You're gonna
but-
pick it for sure.
But this is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. This is why I think that they could fleece Dallas because I know Jerry is in love with Kyle Pitts.
Oh,
So this is
goddamn,
where
I
I
would
would
do
think-
that.
I'm sure they could. I just don't think they will.
I do not want to see Kyle Pitts in Dallas. That would be horrible.
I'm going to be honest with you, as a Giants fan who is kind of in my feelings right now about the Giants, and then by in my feelings, I mean feeling real good. I don't see an issue with that right now with the way our defense is set up.
I do.
So
I mean, it doesn't matter how good the defense is. I mean, you're talking about a loaded offense. It really doesn't.
the offense is loaded with or without him.
Yeah, but you put him in there, it makes it even worse.
Oh, it's only one ball, bro. Kyle Pitts to the Detroit Lions.
Hey,
Sounds right to me.
hey, I'm down for that. I'm totally on board.
All right.
Okay. So next we got Steve. You're picking for the Carolina Panthers, who they
Yeah,
need
so I would have
offensive
taken.
lineman,
I would have
quarterback,
taken Kyle.
wide
I would have
receivers,
taken Kyle
safety,
Pitts here.
and tight end. They traded for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, so it's not updated. Imagine they pick Fields here. No, I'm just kidding.
I've seen it in some mocks, so it's not possible.
Yeah,
Like some people still think that they would pick him, but I think it'd be idiotic. And the pick here to me is obvious as well.
Yeah. To me, the pick I'm going for here is just put Darnold in more position to succeed. I'm picking Jalen Waddle.
Oh my god!
Jalen Waddle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Not where I would have gone. I'll tell you that much.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, you have.
I'm not, but the way I look at it, you literally have Rashawn Slater who can play
Oh yeah, I know.
all across the line. And the one thing about Darnold that you know is he needs a line.
Oh yeah.
And the one thing I know about Carolina is that they need help on the line. So I'm like, Rashard Slater is staring you in the face. I can't see him going
but
field position
if
here.
you're not going to trade down, I think you go for the talent and you get yourself a line in the second round.
I mean, now you look at him. Now he has DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and he'll get Jalen Waddle, and he has CMC. So I mean, he's got his weapons. So you gotta hope that they go back second round for some interior.
I was about to say, it don't matter what weapons you got if you ain't got no time to get the ball off.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
know. That's what I'm saying. I hope they go back.
Yeah,
to
no, I get it. I'm taking that Jerry Reese approach. May not be the best approach.
That's what I'm looking at. I was like, you drafted like one of them old Giants GMs right now. Bruh.
Oh, all right. So there we go. Let's go back over to this here, and we're going next with Joe. Joe, you're picking for the Broncos.
This is a no-brainer.
Did we skip somebody? No, we didn't.
No.
No, we didn't. Never mind.
No.
No, we didn't. Never mind.
This is a no-brainer. If the board is like this is a no-brainer.
Fam.
I'm not taking Justin Fields, so I hope that's not what you're talking about.
Not the way it's set up now. No.
I'm not taking Justin Fields. Let's see. Well, I don't think they're quite ready to give up on Drew Lock yet, because they have the weapons. So I'm not getting any more weapons. They're to me, like, they have Peyton Manning working with Drew Lock now. You got Elway. Elway's got to be helping Drew Lock in some way also. So I can't see them giving up on Drew Lock just yet. So honestly, I'm just going to give him protection. I'm going to give him Slater.
That's good. That's
Wow.
good.
Well, I thought you were gonna go with
That's a
Mekhi
solid
Parsons.
Yeah, I'm getting protection because by the way I look at it, Garrett Bowles, their left tackle, hasn't been that good.
Nope.
I mean, he hasn't been as good as he was coming out, or he was supposed to be coming out of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you picked debatably. In some circles, people have him ranked over Sewell. So I mean, you picked the best player in the draft, the best offensive lineman, I should say, debatably in the draft. Get him at 9, and he can play anywhere. He can play your tackle position, he can play your guard position, he can play center. So I mean, I know they got a center last year from LSU whose name escaped my mind.
Something Berry. God, I know you're talking about too.
Boyd Cushenberry.
Cushenberry. There we go.
They got him last year. So I mean, you got a young center, and you guys got to keep building the line. So I mean, you got 2 good pieces, and I think they'll be good. I mean, I'm not getting more weapons on offense. I considered going Micah Parsons just because I'm thinking like the whole Von Miller thing. He's getting older. Mm-hmm. His money's becoming more of a concern. He's getting more banged up, and he was out like all last season. But if Drew Lock's their guy, he has the weapons. He has Fant. He has Jerry Jeudy. Got Hamler. He has Cortland Sutton. Got Melvin Gordon. He's handing the ball off too. Like all the weapons he could ever want. So now I'm building his line. So he has no excuse. Now if he fails, then
it's on him.
Yeah, maybe I should take Justin Fields. But that's my pick.
All right. So next we got Jaquan for the Cowboys.
Can you pronounce my name right? It's Jaquan. There's no J. There's an apostrophe. It's a J.
I know, man.
J.
I think this pick's a no-brainer for Dallas.
I agree.
Justin Fields, let's do it.
Nope. I'm going to go with shoring up that secondary.
Whoa.
Getting the guy to go getting their number 1 guy. I'm gonna pick Patrick Surtain, the second out of Alabama.
That's pretty much where I thought they were gonna go anyway.
Yep, that's where they should be going. No doubts there.
Evan McPherson, kicker out of Florida. That's what you said. Patrick Surtain.
Oh man, this is an interesting situation here for the Giants.
I
kind of have a feeling
I already know exactly where I'm going.
Where we going?
I think I would know where you would go. I'm not even sure right now.
Where we go?
Benny for the Giants. Benny,
do it.
If I'm the Giants, I'm picking Justin Fields. And I'm cutting Daniel Jones. And I'm flying my house.
Do your intro, Paul.
No, I'm joking. By the way.
Do it for the win, Benji. I know where we're going.
Do your intro, Paul.
Which one?
Go ahead. Let us know what the Giants need and all that stuff.
Oh, you want that one? Okay. So at number 11, the Giants are picking, and their biggest needs are the edge, offensive lineman, wide receiver, running back, and defensive tackle. Off-season moves that they picked up, they signed Kenny Galladay and Adoree Jackson, and re-signed Leonard Williams.
Thank you,
what scares me? Watch the Giants take Gregory Rousseau from Miami.
I don't. Hell no.
I hope not.
I'll take him the second round. I'll take him second round, sure.
That is absolutely not where I'm going. And Joe,
you know what's funny though? I know you guys would say, "What the hell?" and I realize that I am being very Ohio State biased. But man, if Fields is on the, you know my opinion of Daniel Jones.
Nope.
And if Fields on the
Nope.
board, but
Nope.
I wouldn't take him. I
All
would
right,
not take
whatever.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I don't care about Ohio State right now. Pick 11. Shut up. Let's go, man. Damn. We're in Ohio State right now.
Like I said, we didn't sat up here, we didn't tease it long enough. Joe, go ahead and crack your beer. The New York Giants at pick 11 are selecting Micah Parsons
Oh,
from
yes.
Penn State.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. I want to get trashed if that happens.
I wouldn't complain. Giants could use a star linebacker.
Yes.
Hey, the thing about Parsons, if you look at our linebacking core, it's not one of the things that's actually listed in a need, but our linebackers, aside from Blake Martinez, you have Reggie Ragland that you're hoping is actually going to return to form. But Micah Parsons is what Jabril Peppers is to the secondary for the linebacking core.
Dude, I'm with you. I said this before. To me, the Giants have not had a big-time star linebacker since Jesse Armstead.
So this is crazy.
And to be completely honest with you, it's gonna. I don't want to put the undue pressure on him, and it's not. I'm not here saying it like we didn't already pick the dude, but the Giants have not selected a linebacker in the first round since Lawrence Taylor.
It's true. I mean, like I said, all due respect to Antonio Pierce, but the Giants really haven't had a star since Jesse Armstead. Someone who defenses really were like, shit, this is one of their best players. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. I would be cracking a beer with Joe if Parsons is picked too.
All right, so here's the funny thing. Justin Fields. Hello?
Yeah, we still.
Yes.
Okay. Justin Fields is still available. The number three player is still available on the board.
I know. That's what I know. Like that's what's crazy. It's not gonna happen. Someone there'll be trades in this scenario.
It's not gonna happen. But when then somebody said the Niners are looking at Mac Jones at number 3.
It's the truth.
They
You
are.
want to know? Be really.
And I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just saying.
No,
if you have that happening, then there's a possibility that Justin Fields could drop. If you look at all the teams like after the Niners, who really needs a quarterback? The Falcons do.
I still wonder if the Broncos would pass on him. I really do.
It really
I don't know.
depends on Washington too, because like I said, Washington, the rumors are coming out that they're looking to trade up.
It's also scary if you're the Patriots here.
But see, here's the thing too. Here's the thing. Like I said, the Falcons, like me and Jay were saying, the Falcons is the best place for Trey Lance to land.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the Niners pick Mac Jones, do the Falcons take Penei Sewell or do they go with Trey Lance?
I'm still going with Trey Lance.
Right, and that again flips the draft because then Penei Sewell's still on the board. You know what I'm saying? So it's a risk.
I would love Penei Sewell and Giants, but he's not going to fall that far.
But not falling that far.
I think Sewell's going to the Bengals.
He won't drop any further than the Bengals. I'm saying.
Nah.
Then that goes down now. Is like who the Dolphins pick. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There's a domino effect on whatever happens here. So going back on here, to the draft board here, who is next?
It's probably going to be whatever quarterback doesn't get taken at 3 or 4 is going to fall. It's just going to have to happen.
It happens every year, really.
Yeah, and now we got.
Reports are coming out last year reports come out today that the Saints were looking at Mac Jones we got in like 20 something. So all that
because the dude's a scrub, man. He's a game handle manager. He could fall that low.
Yeah, but for Sean Payton, he may not care.
I'm not big on Mac Jones.
I know you're not.
Me neither. To me, Mac Jones screams. He screams the poor man's Andy Dalton.
I already made my feelings known on Mac Jones the other day.
Yeah,
I don't think he's good, but if he falls all the way to the Saints, that's not a bad situation for him.
Well, yeah, if you're picking it at 20, it's a lot different. Your view of Mac Jones changes then it would be picking top 10.
We'll see.
I mean, it's a good situation for the guy. He's gonna sit there. He's gonna have a good old line, a great defense. Alvin Kamara, like Michael Thomas. He's gonna have good people. He's probably not gonna go in the start because he's still gonna have Jameis for a year and Taysom.
On top of the fact of playing at least 9 games every single year indoors.
Yeah, we're
Eagles.
Yeah.
Wait, is that me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we have Steve next and number 12 for the Eagles. Biggest needs are wide receiver, cornerback, offensive lineman, linebacker, and DL.
So you're going to take that punter out of North Dakota State.
So
right?
for me, if I'm the Eagles right here, I have to really think about. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. What's their quarterback name? Hurts. how much do I think Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback if I'm them? You know, if I don't think he's a franchise quarterback and Justin Fields is sitting here, probably going to take it. But I'm going to go under the assumption that I think Hurts is a franchise QB. And, you know, man, I'm split here. Hold on, I'm trying to think. At that point, you know, I do need some help in the secondary. I would take
Do
J.C.
it.
Horn.
Thank you.
What's that again? I'm sorry.
J.C. Horn.
Okay. Cornerback out of South Carolina.
Again, it's, yeah, I guess that's the right pick.
Ain't no, I guess that is the right
No,
pick.
it's the right
There's no
pick.
guessing about it.
It's the right pick because I'm telling you now, if you didn't go there, I was gonna go there next pick for the Chargers because they lost 2 corners too.
Yep.
It's funny, like you made that pick like if it hurt.
Yeah, like they've been saying
Yeah, it was tough. It was really hard for me to make that pick.
Next,
Well,
we
like,
got
I knew it was
the other thing you got to look at, and I don't think teams actually go this route when it comes to, you know, selecting their own picks and everything. But look at the wide receivers of the other 3 teams in the NFC East versus what the Eagles have in their secondary.
yeah, Darius
Yeah, no,
Slay.
it's the right pick. If I'm an Eagle fan, I'm fine with that pick. Just like I said, you know, if I'm in that building though, I want to know how confident am I that that Hurts is the franchise quarterback. You know, we don't know that, right? We're going under the assumption he is a franchise quarterback. If he's not a franchise quarterback and you're sitting there with Justin Fields and you're confident in him, then maybe go in a different direction. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. If Nathan Peterman is still on the team, put him out there and let him rock.
Oh my god!
all right. So we got Joe next with the Chargers, and Chargers need a QB. I don't know why they need a QB. I might
QB. Then the back.
I
Yeah,
must
you might
have
need
missed
to
that one.
update that one.
Yeah, I
Backup?
didn't update this one. No, so let's go with they need an offensive line and a cornerback for now.
And to be clear, all these teams should be trading down right now. With Fields on the board, you should be trading down.
Let's see. I'm the Chargers. I'm looking at 2 names right now as the Chargers.
Are you know?
Yeah, I'm looking at 2 names and that's it. And because the only thing is here, like obviously, like the big thing would be like if if somehow like Pitts fell. Because I mean, that'd be a great weapon for to you know what's it called for Henry. So I mean, that would be great, but he's not there anymore. So, and again, I was gonna go J.C. Horn if Steve didn't go that route. So this is an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. This one might surprise you. I'm thinking between Jeremiah Owusu or Azeez Ojulari. And I'm thinking, and I was looking at Darisaw too, but I think
that's where I would go.
I was thinking Darisaw. I was thinking, but I feel like it's a little too high for him because again, we're talking about if they trade back, that would be they could trade back. That's fine, but can't trade back in this. And I think it's a little too high for him. I'm thinking Owusu because Owusu can be a coverage backer and he can also all that. But I think if you put somebody like Azeez on the edge, I think they would, and he replaces Melvin Ingram, who they lost. I think that would be a great front for their front 7. So it's a little high, but I'm gonna go
the guy from Georgia.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Azeez Ojulari, the edge from Georgia, right here.
Yeah, that's
This would break my soul a little bit. Nah, because I'm hoping for him to drop.
Oh, of course, I know, but I'm thinking, I'm like. Melvin Ingram's about 33, and they didn't bring him back. He's a free agent.
No, I get it. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
He boosts the front 7. Him and Bosa will be a great edges. So I give him a piece. I had to do that.
So right now, this is the board right now. So right now we got Trevor Lawrence at 1 for the Jags. Jets get Zach Wilson. Niners go for Trey Lawrence, the project QB. Falcons get Penny Sewell. Bengals get Jamar Chase. Dolphins draft Devontae Smith. Lions draft Kyle Pitts. Panthers get Jalen Waddle. Broncos select Rashawn Slater. Cowboys get Patrick Surtain II. Giants get Micah Parsons, linebacker for Penn State. Eagles get J.C. Horn, cornerback. And the Chargers just drafted Azeez Ojulari, the edge from Georgia. All right. And keep it going. We got Jaquan.
I just feel like it's kind of racist that I have to pick for Minnesota today, of all days.
Bro, for the Vikings.
That I have to pick for Minnesota for today, of all days.
All right.
What do you mean their need is quarterback?
Nah, I didn't update that one. I was doing
Okay, I was about to
paste.
say, like, wait, what?
No. So their needs is like their needs a offensive line, edge, and a safety.
I mean, I feel like this one is a no-brainer at this point.
Sure.
So I'm gonna give them Christian Durso out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Just because they need to keep building that line. It's pretty much, dust your fingers off, get another guy on the line, get another hog molly on the edge, plug them in there, and let those guys duke it out. And whoever doesn't win on the edge, you kick them in the middle, and you got yourself an offensive line.
And you gotta change it to
No, I'm with you. That
Tomlinson.
would be my pick. That makes sense.
What's that, Joe?
Dalvin is Tomlinson, not Thompson. Tomlinson.
Dalvin Tomlinson. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I was like multitasking. I was making these slides. My bad.
So I mean, this is 15. This is like the pick of all picks. This is obvious.
If you're Belichick, you gotta be salivating right here.
Oh my god!
Bro,
If
you got
you're
your pick of the litter.
Belichick, you
You got your pick of the litter right now. You do it every like you're loving
You're
this.
loving
You know what's
this.
funny? I
Justin
know
Fields,
direction-
Mac Jones.
You got all
I
the.
know what
kickers.
direction like Belichick would go in, but again, not being Ohio State biased, to me this is a pretty obvious pick. But I know what Belichick, but you have to operate the way Belichick thinks, which isn't the way I think.
Don't overthink it. Just don't overthink it because you're overthinking it.
Oh no, I know.
I'm not because I'm the one that's actually up here right now. I'm not even. Like,
I thought it was
going the
Steve.
route.
I was scared.
No.
It's Benny.
I'm not even
I was
going around
scared for a
because
minute.
me and Steve were actually on the exact same wavelength with that one. This is why I said later on when we were talking about Mac Jones that I was probably going to be picking him later. Thing is, I didn't think Justin Fields was going to fall this far. So the pick is Justin Fields.
Thank
All
you.
right, good. That's what I was gonna say. I'm picking
terrible for
Justin
the
Fields all
AFC
day
East.
right here from New England.
This would be horrible. This would be like the worst thing in the world for the AFC East. But at the same time, like it just makes too much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he's sitting there, how the fuck do you pass up on him? But
Exactly.
man.
All right.
Next, we got Steve picking for the Cardinals. Again, I didn't update the needs. So there's a tight end, D line, and cornerback.
I was going to say, you still need a quarterback?
Again,
No, I did
Again.
it.
this is
All
another
right.
one that's a gimme.
Yeah, Christian Barmore from Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know much about him at all, but it's a need, and he's the highest
It's a
ranked
layup.
player on the board who's not a quarterback, and you obviously aren't taking a quarterback.
I mean,
If it wasn't him here, he would have been the next pick, honestly. He's probably going to go somewhere here.
All right, Joe. You got the Raiders. And that also has not been updated.
Watch Gruden take Mac Jones.
No,
He probably would.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back to those.
No, don't. Say.
They got to rebuild their line because they traded some of their linemen already as it is.
Bro, there's no
Yeah,
line.
I'm not recommending Mac Jones to the Raiders at all. Trust me. I'm making a joke. They do pick Mac Jones. That'd be really funny though, because my last year I did the same thing.
They need a tackle, need a guard, cornerback, safety. Take your pick.
Yeah, I'm looking at two.
Yeah, and you're gonna break my heart because you know what I was hoping for. But if this falls this way, I'm screwed 6 ways till Sunday.
I don't think we're on the same page. I don't think you know who. I don't think
Really? Really? Okay. I'm curious. No, I'm genuinely curious now.
I don't. Well, see, this is my thinking. Like, and I was thinking. I'm thinking Jeremiah again because Jeremiah is a tool, and they need on defense. The guy he can cover the slot,
Mm-hmm.
all that blah blah. That being said, the offense, like Paul just said, needs to be rebuilt, especially
Right.
the O. They have some decent pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They do believe in Derek Carr to be their future quarterback, and they're gonna have to keep the guy upright.
Mm-hmm.
They let go of Hudson. They let go of Jake Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin retired. So I'm gonna start the rebuild on their offensive line. So I'm gonna go Elijah Vera Tucker.
We were
Right.
thinking the exact same thing. Like, don't play me like a fool. I already knew you was gonna do. That's why I said you gonna kill me with this one, but I understand it.
Got to rebuild the O line, man.
Elijah Vera Tucker, tackle from USC.
Yeah,
Guard.
probably
That motherfucker gonna be a guard. He can play either, but he gonna end up being a guard.
Yeah, he'll move inside. They already have him as like the best interior lineman in the draft.
All right, Jay, you're next with the Dolphins at number 18.
Again, just based off the needs in general, I'm looking at it. I'm like, this one is an obvious one. Joe's not gonna like this one, but I'm looking at it like from a pure need standpoint. Like, I'm gonna go and get them some defense, and I'm gonna go and get Kwity Paye, who's arguably being considered the best edge in this draft.
You can have him. I don't want him.
That's why I said I know you're like, you don't like him. I get it.
This next pick is interesting now.
Oh yeah.
And I would actually like this pick. I would love the board to be this way, because I know who he's going to pick right now. I know who Washington would pick. I have no problems facing him the next 10 years.
You gotta do it.
We got Benny next, picking for the Washington team, Washington football team.
Okay. For about 2 seconds, I started thinking like a guy who actually roots for the Washington football team, and just thinking, okay, let's just say we ride with Ryan Fitzpatrick and don't go quarterback. What's the thing that they would do to actually blow the NFC East out of the water? And I still see Owosu on the board. And I'm like, that might be the pick, but I don't think the whole thing with them talking about trying to get up and get Trey Lance is telling me like, all right, we're plugging Fitzpatrick in here for this one season to teach this new guy the ropes. And by that, the pick now is Mac Jones.
I'll take it.
As it should be, sir.
The Chicago Bears. All right.
All right.
Steve, I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter.
The Bears.
When the Bears did the thing with Dalton, which I say a good signing for them, but the way they said was QB1, and I'm a Bears fan, I feel like they're trolling me.
Wait, what did they say? I'm sorry.
On Twitter, like a few weeks ago, a month ago, they showed a picture of Dalton and just said QB1. Like they were bragging and they had to sign Andy Dalton, which it's probably an upgrade for them if you think about it. But come on,
it is. You're
bragging that you signed Andy Dalton. I mean, I get it's an upgrade, but like, give me a break.
It's better than Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, for sure. But I'm a Bears fan, man. I don't have my fucking social media showing off that I got Dalton. Just leave it alone.
I mean, I don't know how you want to say it, but he did lead the Bengals to playoff runs. Even though
he's a competent quarterback, but don't dance in my face saying QB1.
He's serviceable.
Exactly, serviceable.
He's better. He's better than Ryan Fitzpatrick, though. I will say that.
Not according to ESPN.
I would rather have Dalton.
I'd rather have Dalton than Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is
me
like
personally, yeah.
No,
Fitzpatrick will take you through a lot of highs and lows.
Yeah,
the lows will be really bad.
So who do you have the Bears taking at number 20?
Thinking here, it's kind of a tough call. I'm gonna go against the way I usually operate here, but it is important for a quarterback to be upright. So I'm actually gonna surprise some people here, and I'm gonna take Walker Little.
What?
Wow.
Who?
Walker Little, tackle from Stanford.
Hella reach. Oh my God!
You
would be fired on the spot. spot.
Okay, it's a reach, right? I wanted to take Rashad Bateman, but Dalton needs protection, and the
You're
Bears
right,
have
and there
decent
are
weapons.
about 6 better guys that are sitting in your face before Walter freaking Little.
Look,
Oh my!
like I
Lanta.
said, I just went off the rankings, and he was ranked the highest left.
Wow.
The same here. I'm
Wow.
looking at one that as well
Off the
too.
Pro Football, off the board we're using on this mock draft simulator.
I've already counted like 2 or 3 that were ahead of him.
Not on the simulator though. He was the highest one there.
I don't know what
y'all-
simulator you looking at. Damn sure ain't on mine.
PFF mock draft simulator rankings,
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too.
Yeah, PFN,
and he was the
PFN,
highest there.
PFN.
PFF.
No, see, no, PFN. Y'all using PFF? See,
Yeah, y'all done up now.
mistakes.
Well, regardless, he was the highest rated. So I mean,
Ooh, they lied to you.
Yeah, don't trust
whatever.
that.
I'm not the Bears GM. I don't
They
really,
lied
you know,
to
is
you,
what
brother.
it is.
Golly.
we got Joe next with the Colts.
Well, you make my job easier because the Colts need protection. I'm going to take Tevin Jenkins because he's him and Sam Cosby, the next 2 available tackles out
Yes,
of
sir.
So I'm going to go.
So yeah,
Tevin
he's
Jenkins.
ranked lower than mine. Than my guy was.
That's why nobody trusts PFF. Because that's crazy.
PFF is
That's
a
crazy.
shoot. I messed up. PFF is a joke. Nobody trusts that website. They don't even watch the games. They just they just make mad stupid like hot takes and people just jump on them. That's what gets them credit.
Yep. That's clickbait.
All right, Jay. You're
They
next.
use
for the
last
Titans.
generation.
Watch that
stats.
guy become an all pro. I'm
Word.
like, yeah, clickbait.
The Titans.
Mhm. The
Uh,
wide receiver, tackle, guard, cornerback.
Yo, real quick, I refreshed my page real by mistake. So if you run through the picks again real quick so I can catch up. I'm at 3. 3 was who?
All right, 3 was Trey Lance.
Lance. Okay.
Tool.
Sewell. Here, I'll put it up here. I'll put it up on the screen.
There we go.
Give me 1 second.
And then y'all can go ahead. I just refreshed. I
There
tried
you
to
go.
I tried to unrefresh. All right, y'all can go ahead then.
for the Tennessee Titans, read off their needs again.
Their needs is wide receiver, tackle, guard, and cornerback.
Can I make a suggestion real quick before before you make this pick, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
You want to switch so I don't piss you off? Because I'm
Please.
next with y'all.
I know. This pick is eating me alive to make. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'd rather let you take it and deal with whatever results I got to deal with.
All
right. Go ahead. What were the team needs?
The team needs were a tackle, guard, wide receiver, and cornerback.
Okay. Right now, I'm not reaching for anything. I know Cosme is up there as a tackle. However, I personally have somebody rated way higher at one of their other team needs, and that's Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. Rashad Bateman is the second best route runner in this draft. And I'm putting that man down in Tennessee. As much as I hate it, because I really, really, really wanted him to fall to the second round as the Giants. But that's unrealistic.
I get it.
But it's
That's a good pick.
unrealistic.
But you made my job so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Go ahead, Paul. Read it off. I'm loving this.
Jay,
Well,
you're next. You're next.
I'm loving this.
At
Give me
number
the intro.
23 for the New York Jets. Jay, who do you have?
Greg Newsome the second. Think, baby Jesus, we have a cornerback 1, length, athleticism, ball skills. Gimme that.
We need something over there.
By far the best choice on the board. By far. The only other guy I would honestly consider here would have been Creed Humphreys, but I can't sit up here and pass on Greg Newsome. I can't.
Let me
can't.
ask you something real quick because I don't really know much about him, but I do know for the longest time they had this dude actually ranked second. Why not Caleb Farley?
I forgot he was there. That's where that came from. I just forgot he was there. Because that definitely would have been my pick. I'm mad I can't change my pick now. Because I just forgot he was there.
I mean,
I have the draft picks on the screen, man.
No, I mean I can't change it in my thing. But I would definitely go back and take Caleb Farley because Caleb Farley is by far, to me, the best corner in the draft.
Yeah, he's getting flagged for not playing this season because he pulled out because of the COVID and
How
people
many people didn't play this season?
There's a
back
lot.
surgery.
all the
No,
injuries,
wait,
too.
Paul, change that.
Injuries, big
Change
injuries.
that. Change that to Caleb Farley.
They're questioning his love of the game because he didn't play.
Well, no, they're also questioning the back surgery.
It's injury histories.
It's injury history, the back and the knee. Even though he got ruled as clear, they're flagging him as a risk. But this kid is.
I heard they were questioning his love for the game. That's what I heard. I heard more of that than the back surgery.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm having this stupid issue on my phone. It's showing the screen. It's so little at this point. It's like hard to even access it. I know I know the Titans. You took Bateman. I can't access it. What the fuck is going on? Hold on.
I'm mad I can't go back in this thing, and
Can't go back.
I know, but I did change my pick because I didn't know Caleb Farley was there. I honestly, because they have him so low down now that like you can't see him.
Yeah. It's everybody scared of the injuries, man.
Listen. It worked out for us with Bryce Hall.
I hear
So
you.
I would 100% be fine with it. And plus, I heard that his medicals, he's completely clear to start the season. His medicals checked, so Caleb Farley, all the way, all the way.
So, in my thing, like, cause that's your pick, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am actually selecting people as y'all say them.
I know,
So
I know, and I messed myself up with that too.
Yeah,
I got you in there. I got you in there as Newsome. So what I'm just gonna do on my end, whenever somebody picks Newsome, I'm gonna throw Caleb Farley in there just to make it, make sense on my end.
Yeah.
So you picked Farley, you said?
Yes.
All right. Where is he rated on this thing? There he is, Caleb Farley. All right. I can access it. It's just kind of tough for me. All right. Cool. All right, cool.
So you're on the board with Pittsburgh right now.
No, you're on the board.
No. Me and Jay
No.
switched for that one. So
He's you, Steve. Steve, you on board? Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right. And I can barely even. Fuck! This thing? Why did it? Hold on. Let's see if I can get this fixed. Because it's like minimized on my screen, and it shouldn't have done that.
And I'm going with the PFN mock simulator now. All right, so we should be good.
Yeah, no, my problem is it minimized, so it's very hard for me to access people. Fuck. All right,
so the Steelers. Oh, crap! I should have not closed
QB, tackle, and a guard. That I see. I mean, they need a QB, but I'm not going to reach, so forget that.
So, all right, Steelers, their team needs are.
Man, I know where I go with this pick.
I know where I go with this pick too.
I think I'm on the same wavelength as y'all.
I don't know the
cornerback, tackle,
well in college,
running
so
back,
I'm literally
and
just
interior
picking
lineman.
someone who's rated well. I'm picking Dylan. I'm picking the guy from North Dakota. I can't even see my screen his whole name. Dylan Radunes is his name.
Oh, the tackle?
Yeah.
That's not it's not the craziest thing I've heard.
Yeah, no,
I
me
mean,
either.
they need a quarterback, but I'm not gonna freaking reach. That's crazy.
No, not at all.
I don't know who I'd pick.
But personally, I would have 100% gone with Creed Humphreys there. Didn't their center just retire?
Mm-hmm.
I would have plug and play.
Both,
Leader, your
what's it called? Marquise and Mike both retired.
Yep. I would have gone center there. Creed Humphreys, plug and play. You have your center for the next 15 years.
I would have went. Honestly, I was either gonna go Creed or I was gonna go Najee Harris. But
Yep. That's where my head was. Creed or Najee. Like, do I want to get sexy or do I want to solidify the line?
yep, that's exactly. Those are my two picks. I was looking maybe Sam Cosmi because they lost.
Well, for this pick, I know who I'd be going for if I was Jacksonville. It's pretty obvious.
All right, back to Jacksonville, Joe. Back to one at you.
All right, let's see. Let's see.
Well, they got the quarterback.
Yeah.
Do they get
Yeah.
a running back here that's available when they have one?
I don't know if I. Yeah, but see, they had James. That was the Robinson last year. And he played well.
Or do you
And
continue
he's
building the
way
line?
cheap.
He's saying he's
Do you continue looking at the line?
me personally. I'm looking at the line.
Mhm.
Like,
You got Cosby from Texas, Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma. You got
Yeah.
Leatherwood from Bama. You got Wyatt Davis from Ohio State.
You got those two linebackers sitting there for you.
I know.
Or
Is
you
Jeremiah
just go
Owusu
completely
really gonna drop
ridiculous
out?
and be like, let's go Clemson.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Yo, you know what?
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
going to be
I had
honest
an
with you.
offense.
If this falls the way that it is, I think they're going to be thinking this.
Yo,
It's hard not to.
you know what? Give me Travis Etienne.
Keep them together.
makes
That's what I'm
sense.
saying.
It makes sense,
Keep him
man.
Trevor
It
Lawrence.
makes too much sense.
Give me him. Give me Travis Etienne.
Damn it. I was hoping you
Wait,
fall from the
what's the
second
guy's
round
name?
to the Jets. Damn you,
pair-
Joe.
I'll pair it with Trevor Lawrence. Now you got Etienne and you got James Robinson. You got two solid backs. And again, it's a good offensive line draft. So they go back.
You can
early.
you can go back early and get the guys you want.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they probably and Creed Humphrey has a chance to still be in there in the second round.
I doubt
Jay?
it. But
You're picking for the Browns, Jay.
for the
I would
Browns,
go first round.
You know, that's a weird pick, but it makes some sense.
all right. So here's the thing. I know those aren't the Browns' needs.
No,
That's first thing.
They need an edge, interior defensive lineman, wide receiver, cornerback as the primaries. Secondaries are linebacker, interior lineman. And then
Honestly, because he's sitting there and it's like it doesn't make any sense for him to drop anymore. I'm gonna go Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah
complete value
to the
pick.
Browns.
Yep.
To the
I like
Browns. It just makes too much sense to me.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that guy's supposed to be good, so
I like it. The
the
guy
Ravens.
can pretty much do everything. He can cover.
Yep.
He can tackle. They were talking about moving that dude to like a safety hybrid. Like
Yep.
they're saying he's like a smaller Isaiah Simmons light. So
Yeah. He's a piece. He's a
Yeah.
piece.
yeah, I have no. That's a complete value pick, and he's not.
And
going-
if they sign Clowney, that defense is looking mighty dangerous.
oh yeah, and it was already good last year, I believe.
Yeah.
It's only gonna be better. So I like it. I like it.
all right, Benny, picking for the Ravens. This is not their needs. I didn't update these. We for sure know they don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I'm up here looking at it. I'm like, okay, linebacker and quarterback.
No, I didn't update. I was like copy and pasting this. I didn't get to update the needs part of it, sections. Yeah.
All right, so what are we looking at here?
Edge, safety, wide receivers are primary. Secondaries are offensive tackle, edge, tight end, interior offensive lineman, and wide receivers.
Okay. The thing about the Ravens is the Ravens are a really damn good team, and they can afford to go with a project right now.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna go with Greg Rousseau.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow.
That's a interesting project, though.
Wow.
He has like
What's that,
the
Steve?
JPP talent skill set, right?
He
I definitely would have gone with replacing Orlando Brown because he wants out, but That is interesting.
That's a ballsy pick.
That
Hey,
is.
if you think about it, the way the Ravens are set up, they're set up to they're already a damn good team. They're already a playoff contending team. You had a guy like Greg Rousseau, and if he sits up here and he pans out to what he can potentially be, you're talking about the start of a defense that could be on its way to being that defense that Ray Lewis was running.
Yeah.
Even though we're not talking about same position.
It-
We're still you get
I,
it.
I don't think it's that as crazy as a pick as it seems. I see the logic behind it.
I mean, they just lost. What's his name? They just lost. Who was his name? What was it? Judon? They lost somebody to the Patriots.
Yeah, they
So,
lost Judon.
Yeah. So I mean, you gotta get a pass rusher.
So
I was-
what's it called? All right, so then
I was looking at
I'll
those
make my pick
guys, so
now.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's on you.
Yeah, you're on the
Yeah,
board. For the
Steve,
Saints.
you're on the board for the Saints. As we
All
know,
right.
they do need a quarterback because Drew Brees retired, and they were able to resign a lot of their starters. So they're
What's
good.
Me,
the
I'm
fault? You
looking
don't believe in
at it.
Jameis?
So if I'm the
Unless
Saints,
he got his ability, his ability to not be
Got
colorblind.
surgery, man. Come on.
so
He's
the
fine
Saints
now.
need a quarterback. There's no
They
question
need
about
they
that.
need
But
they need cornerback, wide receiver, edge, linebacker,
to
safety.
me, I think Greg Newsome the second would be a good fit here.
All right. So
Cornerback.
if that's where we're going, let me find Caleb Farley and put him in that spot because that's what I
Mhm.
said earlier.
Word.
Yep. That's also a really good pick for pairing him next to Lattimore. And
Mhm.
Lattimore's contract situation might be getting dicey soon. So
Logical pick. I mean, see, not all my picks are retarded. Some of them.
Next, we
Holy
got
cow.
Joe. Joe, you're picking for the Packers, and the Packers.
I think
need,
I know who the Packers should pick here.
The-
And if
the
they,
Packers-
if they fuck over Aaron Rodgers again, then what the hell?
The Packers need their offensive tackle, wide receiver, cornerback, interior defensive lineman, and a linebacker.
Hmm. Let's see. Well, this draft's already been very interesting. We've also shaken up a lot of shit. And I'm going to continue to shake shit up. I am giving Aaron Rodgers a weapon.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
not giving him a lineman. And they already have Aaron Jones and they have AJ Dillon at running back.
Hmm.
I am giving Aaron Rodgers Terrace Marshall. Terrace
Where's my sniper rifle?
Give,
ladies
I
and
wasn't
gentlemen.
going that way in the second round anyway, but still.
give that man a weapon. Help that man out.
Ooh.
Plan for the future with freaking Jordan Love.
Ooh.
Man, listen.
You got the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Give that man a weapon.
That's
Cross Vontae Adams. Stop playing with
That's
that.
Can the richer get richer at wide receiver?
that's sexy.
Put that man across from Devontae Adams and let him work.
That is sexy.
Yeah. Yeah. That man's some real help. Messing around with these goddamn Valdez wings and shit. Get out of here.
I don't
This
even
one
want
is
to hear.
gonna this one is gonna break my heart.
All right.
This one is gonna kill me.
Jake,
But,
Oh yeah.
the Bills.
You know where this is going.
yeah.
Their needs are. Let me take a look here real quick. Cornerback, edge, wide receiver, running back, interior defensive lineman, tight end, and cornerback.
I gotta give him Najee Harris at this point. Like he's sitting there staring me in the face.
Mhm.
I gotta give him Najee Harris. I just hate myself for it. I had to sit there and watch. I had to watch the freaking the Dolphins get Devonta Smith, the Patriots get Justin Fields, and the Bills get Najee Harris. Like it's not a good day for me. I'm not okay right now. I'm really
Wait,
not okay right
where's
now.
Harris rated on PFF?
Who?
Don't see
I
him
don't know.
anywhere.
We're not using PFFs. We're using Pro Football Network.
Jeez,
Wait, which guy you asking for?
I don't see.
Terrace Marshall. On ours, he's rated. What the hell was that?
He was high.
30
know.
something.
I don't know. I can't see the ranking.
I
anymore.
can't see it because I
think
already
he was-
picked them already, so
I
I
think he was
can't.
30. I think he was 35.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I can't. My screen's it's all screwed up, and he's too far down on this one, so I can't see it.
All right. Well, you got two picks.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna pick.
All right. We got Benny
shit,
picking for the
not
Chiefs.
good.
Steve, you're picking for the Bucks. The last one.
All
All
right.
right.
I
The
don't
Chiefs-
think that
the
there's
Chiefs
even
needs a
Go ahead.
tackle, wide receiver, linebacker, interior lineman, and interior defensive lineman, tight end. Are there
I
needs?
was just about to say that there's really no need to go over everything because the Super Bowl itself showed you the biggest need for the Chiefs, and that is on their offensive line. So we are going to try and fix that right now with Sam Cosmi from Texas.
I dig it. Definitely dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Both those freaking tackles were running for their goddamn lives. Could not be stopped. Freaking JVP and Shaq Barrett had a field day.
Mm.
It was
It didn't help when both of their starting tackles went down in the AFC Championship.
Hell no. And then they
Listen
cut
up
him too.
They're sitting up here starting guys that the Giants cut.
Yeah, this guy Mike Rimmers couldn't make it as the Giants' right tackle, so we're gonna play him as our left tackle. Okay,
Uh-huh.
good luck. You're better off with me there.
Okay.
I would just cut block GBP every play.
I'll just hand him a firecracker.
All right, Steve, you got the last pick of the first round. You got the Bucks. They kept all
So
the
last
starters
pick
on
is the
both
Bucks.
sides. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm picking safety at a TCU, Trevon Moehrig.
All right.
Mm.
Pair him with Antoine Winfield Jr. Interesting pick.
That's interesting as well. I would have picked the edge from Texas.
Joseph Osai.
Well, right now my
Yeah.
viewpoint on my phone is pretty bad. I can't really see very well on it because it's like minimized, and he's the top ranked guy, and it said safety was a need.
Can't even be mad at it. I heard this guy. A lot of there's some pundits out there that have him as like their favorite defensive prospect. Like, dude's a
He
dog,
was ranked
for real.
17 on PFF.
He's
So
a
even
dog.
if PFF is off, 17th ranked at 32.
He's a
That's
dog.
good
Like
pick.
he's one of those underrated defensive guys this year. So I mean, I'm not even mad at the pick, honestly.
Copy that.
That just means the Jets have an off chance to still get Creed Humphreys at 34 if he's not taken at 33 by the Jags.
So here's the thing. Here are the teams with no first round draft picks: the Texans, the Rams, and the Seahawks.
Texas need a quarterback.
Texans actually a quarterback. They signed Tyrod Taylor. I forgot who the other one.
They need a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
They need a
Taylor.
quarterback.
Well, I think Mac Jones is still available, right? No, he got picked up by Washington. My fault. My fault. He got picked by Washington.
They better go sign Trubisky. Oh no, he's on the Bills now or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, sucks to suck.
They got
Only
Tyrod Taylor.
Texans are going to go 0-16
pick in the draft. I'm
this year.
backing up Josh Allen.
Yeah, word.
That's what happens when you don't pan out.
What's that?
I
Word.
know that threw me off.
I said Mitch Trubisky was not it. And if DJ doesn't fix what he's got, issues what he has, he'll be next too.
I'm sitting up here, and Jaquan brought something up.
But I do.
Y'all, yeah, you brought something up when you were talking about Creed, because one of the Giants' biggest needs, interior offensive line. Everybody looks at Rashawn Slater as being a guy that we can pick because he can slide inside. So my thought process when I go Michael Parsons in the first round is the guard depth in this draft is actually pretty damn good. And there's a guy that I'm pretty sure Steve knows pretty well that I'm hoping and praying falls to the Giants in the second round in Wyatt Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's
You get
gonna be a tough one. That's gonna
Yo,
be a tough
You
tell.
can have Creed Humphrey. Chill, yo, back up.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. If Creed's not there, then Wyatt for me is the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with that. But I personally just think Creed is gonna be gone by the second round. I
There's
think
also my bad. Go ahead, Jay.
I just think that there are too many guys. There are too many teams at the end of the first round that would benefit from, especially Pittsburgh, upgrading at center. And Creed is by far and away the best center.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think he'll be going. That's why Wyatt Davis would be my pick. Or even if I didn't get Wyatt Davis, because I think this person's gonna fall. Looking at Trey Smith from Tennessee. I understand the medicals are there, but the talent is just too much to give up in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
Like the talent is there. If he hits and he's healthy, that's okay. I'm okay with taking the guys that are a bunch of babies. Between him and Caleb Farley, I would have probably next to Mekhi Becton. My left side is good for like
The thing we have to look at too is like our
10
third round picks in the last few years, they haven't panned out. So what will make a difference if we pick up this guy from Tennessee and he doesn't pan out? It's like nothing new,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
you know?
Now, I'm gonna pose this question to everybody in here. If your team needs an edge and the first round falls this way and you are coming up on your pick, do you risk Jalen Phillips?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Even though I don't want him. I
Mhm.
mean, depending on how this falls like this, Jay knows who I want as an edge.
Yeah,
I
Boogie
don't think
Basham,
I
of
don't think
course.
I would.
You want Boogie? No, I get it.
Oh yeah.
But there's no way you're gonna get Wyatt Davis and Boogie.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
no. We only have one pick.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there like, okay, if you run into this situation, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because there have been, of course, rumors floating around that the Giants are enamored with this kid, especially
Mhm.
considering what he did at his pro day.
I mean, again, you look at the situation. Yes, he had all those concussions for 1 year and had to medically retire. But since then, since he's come back to football, and with the pro day, like, come on, bro. Like, at some point, I get it. It's a concern, and it's something you got to monitor. But this dude was what, the top edge coming out of high school,
Mhm.
and you're getting him in the second round,
From what I
possibly the
understand,
third.
This guy was the top rated prospect
Period.
coming out of high school.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
If he has concussion history, though, I wouldn't touch him because one more back concussion, that could be it.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
That's the
isn't
thing
that
that's
the
scaring
risk
me
with the
off of
NFL in general, though? One bad
Wait.
injury and that's it.
I wouldn't touch him at all then if that's at that point because it's
Yeah, but concussions are another level, man. I mean, that's literally,
one thing is a
like
back
word.
injury, another thing is concussion. Concussion is like one.
He's
like,
going
like,
what,
I
2
agree
years
with Steve.
without? He's going 2 years without one now.
It don't matter.
Yeah, but he's not in the NFL. The power of hitting the NFL
It don't
only
matter.
needs 1 and 2 concussions, and that's probably it for him.
What I'll say as far as like for my own thing, if in fact this falls the way that it does, if he's there post second round, I'm seriously considering taking him.
Well, that's different. Yeah, like later in the draft, but the Giants aren't that good. I know, like they made a lot of improvements, but when I mean that good, like you mentioned how good the Ravens are. Giants are not the Ravens. To me, you have to be a team who's a Super Bowl contender to make that kind of move, in my opinion.
I don't think he's going to be there in the second round anyway. I think somebody's going to take him first round. Like
I'm sure.
Like I don't.
I'm just saying if it fell
I
this
could
way.
see him in that Gregory Rousseau pick for
Yeah.
the Ravens at 27.
Mhm.
That one I could see.
Right, for Baltimore, exactly. A really good team who could afford to whiff on the pick. The Giants, even in the second round, they can't afford. Because the one thing Giants have to do, they may get a great offseason. I take back everything I said. I'm happy at the moment. But I'm still not sold in Daniel Jones. However, we have to go all in on him, meaning we have to put him in the best chance to succeed. He needs protection. So from the Giants, I'm okay with my defense right now. I'm focused on giving Jones protection, allow him to use those weapons. Let's see what he can be. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thought process.
If it falls out
on the real.
If it falls,
Go
go ahead. Now you go ahead.
I was gonna say if we were to go and put it out there as to say exactly how it is that I would work this if I was mocking just for the Giants, I would go Parsons in the first if this is how everything worked out. Wyatt Davis in the second, and then at that point, it's BPA in the third round, and I'd probably be looking at Amon St. Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who all of those guys are, but yeah, I like the logic, though. I mean, I don't know. I want to beef that lineup. That's my one fear with the Giants. Like, I feel like their defense is good enough for them to win games. It's put Daniel Jones in position to succeed or to fail. And if you don't protect him, he won't be in that position to succeed.
Our biggest thing is as far as Jones is now is offensive line.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my number one thought.
To a point, it's not completely overblown because the offensive line was a problem, but it also is slightly tilted because of the fact that you have the situation where the Giants were probably, and not even probably, by far the most blitzed team in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. That's what I mean. Like, you have the defensive skill players. You have your weapons. I'm not going to be Jerry Reese here. I'm thinking bolster that line because this is make it or break it for Jones. If he's not good,
I got you.
We have
I got
to
you. What I'm saying,
I don't want to pay him. But then again, I want to put him in position so he can be good. As much as I'm against Jones, I'm not rooting against him. I want him to be successful. And the only way to see if he can be successful is give him a line. And then if he sucks, he sucks. It is what it is.
What I'm basically getting at is because, like I said, Wyatt Davis, that's your offensive guard right there. You're banking on right now either Matt Pert or Solder being the starter on that
Don't
side.
Say the name Solder.
Right,
I'm still pissed he's back.
I'm not. Listen, use him for what he is. The man has played in multiple Super Bowls with the Patriots. All right, use his brain. Let him go out there and actually be, a guy that's actually on the line with them, showing them like, all right, listen, this is how you attack this. This is what you need to look for in this situation. Because both of our guys are going into their second year. If you're talking about Pert and Thomas out there being your starters on your ends. So,
Correct.
Like I said, you pick up a guy like Wyatt Davis, that fills that hole right there where, Zeitler's going. So he's your right guard. And now, even then, still, you're talking about guys that are on your offensive line starting. Your most experienced person, if you don't include Solder, is Will Hernandez. So you need somebody in there that actually has some type of, game experience outside of just 2020. So I'm looking at it like that. And then you go out there and you... Yeah, I was saying, and then you go out there and you add another solid weapon in a guy like Amon St. Brown. He's a wide receiver from USC. You add another solid weapon out there with the guys that you already have in your receiving core and your hope that Saquon Barkley comes back and actually plays a full season. You ease up the pressure that's actually already on the offensive line.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, I'm with you on your strategy. There's no arguments from me.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree. I'm on the train of put Daniel Jones in the best possible position to succeed so we can properly evaluate him.
Right. Because I went out there immediately and went – Parsons to me is a luxury pick, but it's a luxury pick that you can't pass up. It's available, if it's available.
Yeah, I mean, you could always move one of the tackles. So I think Perk can go inside, right?
I believe so. If you got a tackle that in the draft that you want to replace him with, yeah.
My whole thing was I don't want to move Pert because it wasn't even a finished project as a tackle at UConn. So now you're gonna change his position again.
Yeah, but if you have three tackles in this circumstance, what do? Put Thomas inside? That's not gonna work. Thomas is a tackle.
No, Thomas isn't going inside. Thomas is drafted.
But Solder's not gonna be here for another year. So if you have Solder at your right tackle and he's gonna be your veteran on the line, and at least help the line on the field and off the field. Then the following year, you move on from him, and you have Pert that can hopefully slide in year 3 as your tackle. So then you have bookend tackles. Now, if you do that, you got Gates as your center, you plug in Wyatt Davis to the right guard position. The only thing you have to figure out now is your left guard position because you have Hernandez, you have Shane Lemieux, and you've signed Zach Fulton.
So and you also are not sure if Hernandez is going to be here past next season.
That too.
Yeah, that's disappointed that pick may not be working out. I was happy with that pick when it was taken.
It wasn't necessarily all his fault. Like when he got drafted, we still had I forget who our offensive coordinator was when we drafted him. But we had him.
It was Shula.
We had was it? Oh, okay, so we had Shula. So you have a different offensive coordinator, a different line coach. So it's like you're running like certain different offenses and everything. It's a lot to have somebody to teach. And then when you move on from him, then you bring in Colombo's came in here, and then the
Nah.
other guy from Dave D from Patriots is in there. Now we got the guy Rob Sale coming from was it University of Lafayette, I believe. We got another running back, another O-line coach coming in. Like, so it's a lot. I get it. Like, and then the way all the O-line coaches talk are completely different. I believe one coach at the time, they had the linemen. I forgot how they explained it, but it's kind of hard to explain. But it's basically like they had the linemen had to. It was almost like options. Remember when we ran the offense one year under Gilbride, where it was pretty much everything was the option route. Like everything was like, so Eli would throw all those picks, but it was like Eli sees the corner sitting here, and he thinks
The 2013 season.
Yeah, and the corner he would think the corner's sitting here, and Eli's reading. Okay, my receiver's going to slant in, and I'm going to hit him, but the receiver slants out, and he throws a pick. That's how it was with the offensive line. Everything was like a choice. Like
I hate that. That sounds so stupid.
yeah, like that's how it was explained. It was explained that it was almost everything was like an option. Everything was a choice, like a choice blocking scheme. It was weird. So it's like you have, your left tackle you have Solder thinking one thing, and thinking you're going to do something, and you're going to do something opposite of what he's doing. So you're not on the same page. So no O-line was on the same page. It was weird, very weird. But I hope the dude pans out because again, we spent a second round pick on the guy, and I mean, his main thing was his pass blocking coming out of college. We know the guy's a fucking baller in the run game, but it's pass blocking. It's the same thing with Shane Lemieux, though. Shane Lemieux was a great run blocker out of Oregon, but his pass blocking was one of the worst. It was one of the worst this year. So you got to see how this new guy's going to come in. And now rumors are like swirling that we're going to end up picking his running back that he had in college, like in the later rounds, the guy Elijah Mitchell, who actually is not bad. I watched some film on him. He's pretty good, but they think the familiarity there between the two of them is going to end up a giant, maybe the fifth or sixth round. Something to look out for. But yeah, I don't know. Ugh. But I think that's it. If we have nothing else to really talk about.
No, I'm I have to go to bed.
Only 12:15. You'll be all right.
No, well, what's it called? Because I have to go to sleep because I have to make his bottles and then go to bed.
Welcome to fatherhood.
Yeah.
It's actually not as tiring as it appears, but it's that he still shares a room with us right now. So when he wakes up, I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Wait, what? Actually, Benny and Paul,
Joe
you're
the most.
the only fathers here, right? Only dads here.
Who's that?
What happened?
Benny and Paul, right? You're the only ones with kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Benji knows what I've gone through.
Yep. Nate, J2.
Yup.
Whoa, Jay, nothing.
No. That's my other nephew's nickname. It's
Yeah.
J2.
Oh,
J2. No, I've raised my nephew, my first one, Nate, since he was like a baby. So he's 13.
So you're used to it then.
Yeah, I'm used to all the late nights of no sleeping. 2-year-old waking me up in the middle of the night. I know. I've been through it. And I don't even have my own kids yet. So imagine when I do.
That you know about.
We're not going to discuss that. Jay, any hot takes before we leave?
You guys know we're still live on Facebook, right? We're still live, right? Okay. Just want to make sure you guys know we're still live.
Past that. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Jay,
no, I don't really have any. I don't really have any hot takes, honestly. Seems like the draft, pretty much the way we did it, seemed pretty close outside of the Walter Little pick, honestly.
Watch him go earlier. You guys are gonna laugh. I don't know nothing about the guy, but I hope he comes an all pro. And I'll remind you guys of it every day.
You never fail to do one crazy thing every video, Steve.
It's all right. Because the thing
I
is,
really never heard of the guy. Like he was rated high on my board. So I was like, all right.
Because like they said, like the draft either starts at 2 or starts at 3.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. So yeah. I mean, like, it really depends on how the I think honestly at this point we kind of know the draft starts at 3.
But here's the thing.
I think 1 and 2 is pretty much solidified.
Here's the thing. Like I said, Urban Meyer has put it out there that he wants to build his team.
He's not picking
Ohio State.
Fields.
You don't know this,
I
but
am
Listen.
100% certain.
I
he's
think-
if
picking
he
Fields.
pulls that off, if he picks Fields, I will die laughing because
Listen,
at that point he throws the
Trevor
entire
Lawrence is
draft.
going to be in
He throws the
Duval
entire
County,
draft for a
Florida.
loop. He throws
Listen.
the
Trevor
entire
Lawrence
draft
will
for a
be
loop.
in Duval County, Florida. That's where he's going to play his home games.
I
It's a
will
done
love
deal.
me and Joe are gonna make
Oh.
sure that we are on live at Oak
Maybe.
when we
Mhm.
turn on. Well, when the Jaguars come out there with the first pick in the draft and they select Mac Jones #1 overall, and we hear from the
I'll
other
laugh at
side
that.
of the
It would
bar,
actually be really funny.
we
I'd
hear
have to
some
laugh. That
familiar
would be
stuff from the
hilarious.
other side of the bar that we heard during the Super Bowl with people yelling at. God
Yo.
damn it, FanDuel!
Okay, that would be no. Urban Meyer is not an idiot. He was trying to recruit Trevor Lawrence at one point to Ohio State. Urban Meyer knows the deal. Trevor Lawrence is a stud. He's franchise quarterback. He's picking him at 1, and that's that.
Yeah, man. Urban Meyer, he knows. He said that he was trying to recruit him and he got snubbed by him because he went down to Clemson, so now he's going to snub him back.
Yeah,
Take Mac
look at
Jones.
this. In ours, Justin Fields dropped to 15.
That's not going to happen. That's not.
That's what I'm saying. Though.
I think
Oh,
honestly,
man.
you have to look at the fact that because we couldn't trade up. I think
Yeah.
I think because the
Mhm.
Falcons and because the Lions are very much broadcasting that they're looking to trade back, those two spots can make things very, very interesting.
For sure. And both those teams should be trading back. Be like, I picked forget who I picked for the Falcons, but I said I'm not really making this pick. They should be trading down. They probably will trade.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Falcons. Is like I really think they're trying for trade Lance. And the thing is, do you really think that? I think they can get him at a lower pick past 4.
I do too. Because
Then
again,
though, they
I
could have
think
they'd get them.
this has to do because I'm also of the understanding that these next 2 pro days with Justin Fields and Trey Lance, they're specifically incorporating things that the 49ers that are part of the Shanahan offense into their script. So both of these guys are going in knowing that they're basically competing to be that 3rd pick, to try and change the mind away from Mac Jones. Because again, as it's been stated multiple times within the last couple of weeks, you know how far you can go with Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo can't go out there and win you a game. If you pick Mac Jones, you're basically getting a more healthy version of what you already have.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, man. That's
So
what I mean. Mac
you
Jones
get a guy
is
like
Jimmy
Justin
Garoppolo.
Fields who, his mechanics are a little wonky. You can fix that. But again, 4'4" athlete, 6'3", like 220, yoked, can make plays with his feet, can make all the right throws. Everyone's talking about he's a one-read quarterback. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all.
But I agree with you. Everyone's like Zach Wilson at home.
He's made it. You've seen the proof over the years. I think he has 20 something touchdowns with like 9 turnovers. He's won. I think he's lost all of 2 games in his entire career. Like the guy goes out there and he makes winning plays. He makes winning drives. Like to me, that's my whole thing with even my team. I'm looking at it like, bro, how are you going to sit up there and just be like, well, because this guy kind of looks like Favre, he kind of looks like Pat Mahomes when he throws, we're going to take him over the guy that's proven time and time and time again, even hurt, that he can produce when the moment comes. This kid can get it done when the moment comes. Nobody was beating the Alabama defense.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny about that is, so obviously you can't compare it to Brady falling to 6th round, but Tom Brady in college, he won when it counted. He won when he had to. The problem was they were playing Drew Henson, and then they discounted it, they undervalued it. And he fell to the 6th round. Now, I'm not comparing it to Fields. That's obviously not going to happen. But if you just sit and think about it, I don't understand how Fields went from, when he beat Clemson, there were some people, I wasn't one of those people, who were like, hey, maybe he's better than Lawrence. Of course, I don't think he is. That's ridiculous. But how in the world is he now like a mile behind Zach Wilson? It just seems kind of weird to me.
I mean, it's regular old, old America bias. Like again, it's the curse. It's the curse of the black quarterback.
It's
Like
that,
let's just
and
call it what it is.
it's also typical draft, like pre-draft bullshit. Because
Yeah.
the
I think
exact
it's more about pre-draft bullshit,
the
honestly, at this
exact
point.
same thing happened last year with all of the tackles.
Yeah. Yep.
People start getting too obsessed. Like I feel like I could be wrong. Okay, Zach Wilson could literally be the second coming, but to me, I feel like the obsession over Zach Wilson, it screams of, like to your point, you look at these quarterbacks, this is what he could be like, and he has these traits, but then in reality, he was in a freaking like shit conference. Like again, maybe he'll be great. I mean, if you're a Jet fan, you gotta hope he's gonna be great, but
No, I don't. I ain't got a whole shit.
yeah, but you're
Hell
pushing
no.
your personal vendettas.
Yes, I am.
But
I'm
you
petty.
don't.
I'm from New York.
You don't gain
We
anything.
petty out here.
I was look to this day. I'm pissed off at Daniel Jones' pick. A part of me, part of my giant obsession, deflated like a balloon when they picked Daniel Jones. But I'm still not rooting against them. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he lights it up this year. We're talking contract extension. Okay, like that's what I hope. Do I think that? Maybe not. But I hope that. So no, you have to hope Zach Wilson's going to be amazing. Why wouldn't you hope that? Because you'll feel better when you go 2-14 and he sucks because you were right.
Yes.
I mean, how do you win?
Yes.
How do you win with that? You don't win.
Yeah. You know how you win with that? You draft another quarterback on top of it. They did
Yeah,
it with
the
Josh
third
Rosen.
quarterback in like 5
Steve,
years.
it's like I told you. It's like I told you. We had me, Benny, and Jay had this conversation. Jay already said it don't matter if he takes us to the promised land. It don't matter how many Super Bowls he wins for the Jets. He's not going to be a fan of Zach Wilson.
But Jay,
No,
I mean,
I'm a,
I mean,
I,
you
you
gotta
saying,
a really
I can be a
pretty
fan of
pro
the
day
team and
ball.
not a fan of a player. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, but
I can be a fan of the team and not a fan of a player.
there's no reason why you should hate Zach Wilson. I mean,
You haven't seen Jet fans and you haven't seen these rooms. I have every reason to hate Zach Wilson.
Bro, it's ridiculous. They've anointed him the next.
well,
great one.
I'll give you that. A
They've
few of
done
my Jet
so
fan
much.
friends are sending me articles of how he looks like he's the Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna be the face of New York football. All this bullshit. I'm thinking, like, I never heard of the guy last year.
That's what they said about Sam Darnold.
Exactly. It's
Hence
just
the
what it feels
famous
like
tweet.
all over again.
Mhm.
Hence the famous tweet. Thank you, Giants.
Listen, man.
Tweet did not age very well.
Well,
Even though I think Sam Darnold's gonna light it up in Carolina. That's the funny
I do
thing.
too. I honestly do. I think he is too.
well, like I
And
said,
by
we'll
the way,
see.
what I read, Sam Darnold, if he was in the draft this year, he'd be the number 2 prospect.
That's what Mel Kiper said. He'd be Mel Kiper's number 2 prospect.
Yeah, and you can't go by Mel Kiper.
You really
But
can't.
he'd be there. I'm just saying. I mean,
I hear you, but I'm saying like you can't go by Mel Kiper.
true. Yeah, no, I historically have gone by Mel Kiper. Like I said, if I was drafting in 2018, I'm picking Sam Darnold as my number 1 pick,
Oh, I never.
And that
go
would've
by
been
Mel
bad.
Kiper.
and that would have been very bad because
Here's the
Baker
thing.
Mayfield looks better than him.
I don't think it was. That's the thing. What people don't understand is that Sam Darnold's demise had nothing to do with Sam Darnold. You put Sam Darnold in a different situation, he may well have been worth that second pick.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have been as good as Josh Allen, but like we all agreed, Josh Allen.
You can't say that. Again, you cannot say that.
I think we can say that.
No, you cannot say that because again, Josh Allen's circumstances were perfect for him. His
but he also
coaching staff
lit it
and
up.
his franchise made sure that they got every ounce of talent out of that man. You put any of the guys that were next to him in the draft process in Josh Allen's shoes, they're better than Josh Allen. Period.
I don't know.
Period.
I think more realistic comp here would have been if you put Darnold in Cleveland. I think his performance would have been on par with Baker Mayfield. But if not better, I think that is, I don't know if you guys agree with me. I think that's more realistic. I think to go as far and say to any of the quarterbacks in the Bills, they would have been as good. I mean, come on, that's a stretch.
How is that a stretch?
Josh
Where
Allen's one
you
of the best
where
quarterbacks
you
in the
go
league
as a
last year.
quarterback matters. Like let's stop with this whole like if your talent transcends, you'll be great anyway. That's 1 in a million.
It's not that you'll be
That's
great.
1 in a
anyway.
million.
It's not that you'll be great anyway. But one thing with Darnold, and I'm not knocking him because he was in the worst situation you could be in. He had no ability to lift his team up. What I mean by that is they won 2 games. He couldn't even get them. Look, I like Darnold. I think he's a very good quarterback. But I think Josh Allen, I don't think he's better. Okay, I think he's better.
You give
I
Josh
think Lamar
Allen
Jackson right
0.3
now is
seconds
better
to
as
throw
well.
the ball and tell me how nice he is. You give Josh Allen his top receiver being what? I don't even remember who
Here's the thing.
fifth guy.
Here's
I
the
don't
thing.
think
Here's the
Josh
thing.
Allen
No
would have been
matter
successful
which
on the
quarterback
Jets.
from that draft class you put him in the Jets on the Jets team, they would have been bad.
Oh yeah,
No
Josh
matter
Allen
which
would not have been
quarterback,
good.
no matter which quarterback you send to the Buffalo team, they're going to be all right. No matter which
All
team
right,
you,
I agree with you.
quarterback
All
you
right,
put into
Josh
Cleveland,
Allen was not just all right.
going to be all right.
Josh Allen was
I'm
transcendent.
saying right.
There's
They're
one
gonna be
thing that
all
we're
right.
also forgetting in this situation is Josh Allen didn't become the Josh Allen that we're knowing right now until Stephon Diggs came to that team.
Thank you.
But
Stop
he
acting like
also-
it's him. It's not him.
Right.
He was booty
But-
meat last 2
But
years.
Josh Allen
Stop
also improved his accuracy. I mean, that was a big issue we had. He definitely improved. No, you're right though. Look, if Darnold was on the Bills, I think they'd be a playoff team. But I don't think that they would have been as good as they were. If Darnold was on the Browns, they would have been absolutely no worse than they were with Baker. They may have even been a little better. If Baker was a Jet, he would have shit the bed even more than Darnold, probably, because emotionally he would have shit the bed too. Josh Allen on the Jets would not have been successful. But I think he would have been a little more successful than Darnold. But again,
You're
I
full of
think
shit.
Darnold is very
You're
good.
full of shit because you're looking at Josh Allen from this year. You're full of shit. I'm sorry. That's
But again,
that's
I
bullshit.
think the only one
That's
I think
bullshit.
may have been successful in the Jets was Lamar Jackson. Because you
And he
presume
still would have he would have tore his ACL. Third
we
game.
probably would have gotten hurt. But I think
When did
he would have
Stephon
had
Diggs
his
go to the
burst.
Bills? Just this past season.
Just this past season.
Just this past season.
He's been improving. Josh has been improving his numbers.
But he improved his numbers from year 2 to year 1 also. Like he
That's
got
what I'm
better.
saying. He's been improving his numbers per year. Yeah, they jumped significantly when Stephon Diggs got there, but they jumped from year 1 to year 2. So he's been improving.
And him
even
and Sam
without
were
him.
still on par with each
Now,
other. So what are you talking about?
my point in bringing Stephon
No. The
Diggs
thing is,
into
you're
the
saying
conversation,
Stephon has improved them completely. Yes, I agree. But if you look at his numbers from year 1 to year 2, they have been improving. So he was on his path to improving as it is. Stephon just accelerated that because of the fact that he gave him a weapon at the wide receiver spot.
That's where
And
I was
he had an offensive line.
That's where I was going with it. Stephon Diggs was the X factor in making Josh Allen what we think of Josh Allen right now. If you don't have that, then he would still be improving as a quarterback, but he would not be what everybody looks at him as right this second.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm in complete agreement. I'm just saying that I think to say that Sam Darnold would have had the same success as him in Buffalo, I think is a stretch.
Don't call me Gumby because
I
y'all
don't
rest of
know.
y'all full of shit because y'all riding the Josh Allen train hard right now.
I don't know. I think he might have the same amount of success as Josh Allen in Buffalo. To be honest,
That's
So
fair.
that's-
same
So,
same
hear me out.
same stats or better. I'm not sure though.
If that's the case, if you guys think this highly of Sam Darnold, then again, I like Sam Darnold. How are you guys not flipping shit that you guys traded him?
Because it happened a week ago. I flipped already.
He flipped.
I'm
already,
over it.
and I
You
didn't care.
prepared for him because
I
you know
wasn't.
what's
I
gonna
wasn't
happen
a fan of
next year.
his.
And
I'm
plus,
not
again, I
betting
looked at the
quarterback.
money. Follow the money. Follow the
Well,
money.
yeah, you'd have to pay him.
And
But
here's
to
the
your
other thing
point
too.
earlier, though, they may have been better off. I was thinking of that.
Here's
You
the other
could
thing
have pawned
too.
that pick off.
Like I always tell Jay, a GM is always tied to the quarterback, and a new GM that
Again,
comes in,
I understand
a new GM that comes in is not going to tie his wagon to a quarterback he hasn't drafted.
I understand.
That's the problem.
I get
That's
it.
unfortunate,
No, I get it. Like I said, I'm over it. But the slander will not be had. The comparison to Josh Allen, as if he's baby, like he's the new baby Jesus, as if he's like
I
the
never
new
said he
white
was the new
chocolate.
baby Jesus.
That's some bull. That's why I was not riding
Never
with
said
Buffalo
he was
this
the
year.
new baby
Because
Jesus.
y'all really sat up there and stuffed the chimney up his ass. Like, we not doing this.
I never said he was the new baby Jesus. I just said he's better than Sam Darnold. And that's that.
He's better than, I'll give it to you. Yeah, he is better than Sam Darnold. He also had a better situation and a better coach and a better supporting staff and a better QB coach and a better offensive coordinator.
What
So
we
yeah,
have right
of
here,
course he's better.
what we have right here is, I mean no disrespect by saying this, but it's an English language saying. When you have a poor man's debate of Eli and Roethlisberger with this right here.
That is correct. Actually, also Eli and Rivers. I always felt Eli, especially early in their careers, Eli didn't put up as good numbers as Rivers and Roethlisberger did, and it was strictly because of the system he was in.
Mm-hmm.
But then as Eli's career progressed, there were years where he started putting up huge numbers. But
Yeah, because
it's
the
completely
offense transition.
true.
Yeah, but from day one,
A
Gase
little
was like the wrong hire,
different though.
though.
I mean, all three of them were extremely successful quarterbacks.
Yeah, but only two of them got a ring.
Correct, but also
I'm gonna be real with you. I think that even if you switched them around, you would probably still only have two of them with a ring.
Yeah,
I
for
do
sure.
not think.
Yeah.
For sure.
I do not think for a moment that Phillip Rivers would have been able to handle New York.
Oh no, hell no! He's
No,
freaking nut. That would not work. That would
Well,
have been great.
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I don't think if you put any quarterback, either Eli or Ben Roethlisberger, in San Diego, they wouldn't do a ring either.
Ben Roethlisberger went to work in New York because I mean, if you remember,
Roethlisberger would have been
that
arrested.
dude was like raping females. It was pretty bad.
So here's the thing, though. If you rotate those quarterbacks around, no matter who's in San Diego, they don't win a ring.
I think if you put Eli in Pittsburgh, they still could have won a ring or two.
I was gonna say
I
if you
think
flip
Phillip Rivers
around,
in Pittsburgh may have been able to win a ring also. In San Diego, I'm gonna go on a stretch and say maybe Big Ben could have done it, maybe, but probably not. Rivers would not have worked in New York because his personality. Roethlisberger could have been an issue with the sexual assault charges that were against him. Him in New York City, that could have been very bad.
Not only that, Roethlisberger used to like to ride around his motorcycle with no helmet on too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's a lot different out in Pittsburgh than doing it up here.
Yeah,
no,
West Side Highway.
I think the only one that I think in Pittsburgh, I think Eli could have probably gotten a ring or two. Rivers, problem with Rivers is though he didn't have that clutch gene. Like he was clutch a lot. But in huge moments, he came up short.
I don't know, man. I'll take Phillip Rivers. I think Phillip Rivers actually in Pittsburgh will win more than just the two that Ben won. I think he probably win three. That's just me.
He would have won at least one probably. I think but it's funny to say that because it goes to show you the best football situation was Pittsburgh, clearly.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh should have been drafting. I think we just had a down
won
team.
at least one ring in Pittsburgh. It's funny.
What was that, Benny?
That team. I'm saying that team was better than that draft pick that they were picking at.
Mm-hmm.
And Roethlisberger fell to 11 too.
Well, he fell to 11 because the idea was the Giants were trying to decide between Eli and Roethlisberger.
Right, it wasn't Rivers. The Chargers just wanted Rivers.
Right, the Chargers wanted Rivers, but they were picking first and decided basically that they were going to hold him hostage and have us be negotiators.
Most awkward photo ever.
Oh, yeah.
The 2004 draft. Golly. That was so far back then.
But I see what you mean. Yeah. It's a poor man's debate, though. Very, very, very poor man's debate.
I knew we weren't done.
Of course not. We barely talking to each other outside of the chat room, so we have opinions.
Here's the best part. number 22, JP Lawson to the Bills.
Oh God!
And you remember JP Lawson said he was the best quarterback in the draft.
Yeah, he did.
That guy's a tool.
Out of Tulane.
A stud.
Robert Gallery. There were Giant fans in some circles who believed that Kerry Collins would keep Kerry Collins and pick Robert Gallery.
You know why? Because that draft was 2 years after the San Francisco game that we lost, that everybody thought we were about to win the Super Bowl.
I know. I thought the 0-2 team was going to the Super Bowl too. So I mean, I was like deflated after the following year, but it was definitely the right call.
Absolutely.
I mean, Kerry Collins had a great arm, but outside of that, he was extremely limited.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they won 0 Super Bowls. They kept Collins, but you're right. Actually, it is curious where they ended up. I mean, if Eli was in Pittsburgh, he wins a couple of rings. I'm almost positive. And I feel like Rivers too.
I think any of the three in Pittsburgh, they win no less than 2. If they win more than 2, then that's on them, like, pulling stuff out their ass or whatever.
Because Pittsburgh was by far the best run organization. They had the best teams.
They always are. They always are. They have been for years. Like, I mean, they've only had 3-4 coaches in their entire franchise history.
Maybe
wild.
a little more, but I know what you mean.
Was that
in the Chargers? the Chargers were definitely the worst of all.
Yeah. And that's why I feel bad for Justin Herbert being over there because he's a solid quarterback and he's like
I'm a huge Herbert fan, man. I was freaking scouting him when he was at
Feel
Oregon.
bad
I
for
was
him.
so excited to be a Giant, and then he freaking went back to school.
yeah, that Chargers team has gone bad since like Drew Brees and Damian Tomlinson were there. After they left, all that then was gone. It was like it just went downhill because they had a squad.
Well, no, the
back
first
then.
few years with Rivers, they still had Tomlinson. They were pretty good.
Yeah, but it was not the same no more. It wasn't the same.
The thing with the Chargers were, I mean, they had some good years with Rivers, but they're just in a bad organization. You know what's crazy? I was reading something. I don't think it's going to happen, though, because I think it was an outdated article. They said the Chargers could move to St. Louis.
Ugh.
No, it makes sense. They don't draw in LA. Don't give a shit about the Chargers.
Nah, but they're stuck in LA though.
I don't know if they are. I think they're not locked in. I think it's like the agreement they have with the Rams. I don't think they're stuck there.
I
Unless
don't
the
know.
article
I'd
I
have
was
to do some
outdated.
research on that. I thought when SoFi was built that they went in on it the same way we went in on MetLife
No.
with the Jets.
I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't think so. I think it was all paid for by the Rams.
Wow, if that's
And they're
true.
strictly tenants only. They should. Don't get this shit with the Chargers in LA. St. Louis got fucked over.
And go to a different city. God, St. Louis is awful.
I mean, they supported the Rams when they had Marshall Falk and all them and greatest show on turf.
St. Louis is
2003.
awful. Yeah, like come on, stop that.
The one St. Louis fan we had on Sports Markets unfollowed us. Great.
What happened?
I was gonna say I thought it was I mean, on the roster,
Like
really
there's so many other places you can go where you can garner your own support. Like,
or London. I heard about London as an option.
oh
my God.
we
But I
can
don't think
barely
it's
travel
I don't
as
think it's
is.
practical.
There's nowhere they're gonna go to London anywhere before like 2024.
It's not practical to have a team in London, I don't think, with this
It's
time
not.
zone distance.
So I said, and there are plenty of other places here that need a team, especially on the West Coast.
No, if anything,
The
they'll
other
go to
thing I
they'll go to
heard is
Mexico
maybe
first.
somebody buys
Yeah,
them
I think they definitely will probably go to Mexico first before they go to London.
or go back to San Diego with a new owner.
I don't think so. I honestly don't
Nah, I
think so.
think San Diego feels like a little slighted by this whole situation.
Sounds
they
real
do.
Seattle to me.
Mexico City would be interesting. I mean, distance-wise, it's not bad. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad situation. The question is, though, I mean, do players can live in Mexico? Which again, if you're wealthy, it's a great place to live, so it could be fine.
Here's my question: would San Antonio be an option?
That's been
think-
talked about
I-
a while. I mean, Jerry Jones have a problem with that because that's Cowboys country. But when the Saints were relocated there during Katrina, they were supported them pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that should be discussed. at
For
the
sure.
very least.
San Antonio could support a pro football team 100%. 110%. They could.
And I know the
question
players
just
wouldn't
is-
hate going to that Texas market.
Oh no, of
The
course
issue
not.
is just Jerry Jones. I think he will use
Come
his
on,
power
Jerry
and influence to
Jones.
prevent it.
Jerry Jones runs the Cowboys. He doesn't run the state of Texas.
No, he has a lot of power in the NFL. He can prevent it. Then you wonder, I mean, what other markets would they even go? I'm just thinking out loud.
It just doesn't make sense. The NFL has messed up the whole California market completely.
Yeah, they're not going
between
all
the
things
Raiders,
over.
Chargers, and Rams. It's just a
Well, the
cluster.
Raiders are in Nevada now, so
That's what I'm saying.
fine.
They were Oakland, they were LA, and then you had the Rams that were LA. Then you had the Chargers that was San Diego. So then you have them like move around that conglomerate, just move around everywhere. Now you have the LA Rams and LA Chargers, and you got the Raiders over in Las Vegas now. It's like, what the hell? I'm so used to the Chargers being in San Diego. It's like it's weird to say that LA Chargers.
Yeah, but it's not sticking. They have major attendance problems. They should.
Oh, of course. Of course. I'm not disagreeing with you. Because everybody's used to the Chargers being San Diego. So nobody in LA is ever going to support them. Ever.
Right. The Rams have a history there. And the
Mhm.
thing with the Rams are, at least for them, they're good. They got good relatively quickly. And that was important because that's how you
Here's the crazy part. Steve Kroenke paid $550 million to moving fee to move him from St. Louis to LA.
Hey, man, he got the money to do it.
Yeah, he owned the land though by the stadiums. Once that gets developed, he'll make so much money probably.
That's crazy though. That's a lot of money to drop just to move the team from one city to the next.
You know what it is though? For these billionaires, it sounds like a lot to us. It's nothing for them.
Absolutely not.
That's what it is. Like for us, it's like $20. Oh yeah, or $100, whatever. But no, I'm just thinking, where else would they go? I don't know. I mean,
Does Utah have a team? A pro team?
No.
I would know they don't. But like, do you really? I don't know. I was thinking also maybe Portland. Probably not though. Probably not Portland either. I'm just thinking. India.
I mean, if you're trying to stay within the general area, like you would have to probably look to take advantage of like the college football crowd, which is why I said Utah, because it's right around Idaho, it's right around Wyoming. It's like for the people that can't get to Denver, it's right around Colorado. It is right around like, you can get a little bit of the fans from Arizona. It's right in the middle of everything.
And like even New Mexico, maybe a little Albuquerque, maybe a little closer to Salt Lake than.
What about Oklahoma?
Denver.
I was just thinking that.
I was thinking
Oklahoma
that earlier.
is a possibility.
Again, I'm telling you,
because they can
Jerry
definitely
Jones
they can draw from
animal. Seriously, he has a sphere, man. He has Oklahoma City. He has San Antonio. Truth is, San Antonio would be the best fit. They would support him. It would make so much sense. And so would OKC. And so it's
here's the thing: you're putting too much power into Jerry Jones.
Dude, Jerry Jones got lots of power in the NFL.
I get it, but you're putting too much. Dallas is up like North Texas, closer to the Oklahoma border. San Antonio is closer to the Mexican border, and Houston is like in the Gulf.
I think San Antonio is right in the middle, actually.
I'm looking at the map right now.
Is it really? No, I'm checking this myself. Texas is a huge state.
Yeah,
I think San Antonio is as close to Dallas as it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's like a triangle.
Like,
it's San Antonio.
I could be wrong. I could be totally off on this one.
Yeah, so Jay's right. It's like a triangle. So up top is Dallas, and then the bottom two is like San Antonio.
Yeah, no. I know it's like a triangle.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, how far is San Antonio from the border? Let's see.
It's pretty damn close.
Yeah,
I'd
probably say maybe a couple hours, maybe more.
Closer than I thought. It's like from my house to Wildwood.
Yeah, so a couple hours.
Yeah, you're right. 2 hours, 14 minutes. It's close. It's about an hour and a half closer to there than it's to Dallas. Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was about in the middle, but that's interesting.
Yeah. So you got that. So, I mean, you can put a team in San Antonio.
You definitely could.
You could.
It would do very well. It's just Jerry Jones.
I don't. No, man.
Yeah.
You're putting too much into Jerry Jones, man, because you got Houston already in there.
Exactly. Give me a good location for traveling too.
So,
well, anyway, I am now gonna peace because I have to go to bed finally. I've been bullshitting.
I have to go to the bathroom.
All right. Paul, take us out.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this 2021 NFL mock draft that you had here. Don't forget, like, subscribe on YouTube, follow us here on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram as well. All right. And if you haven't heard, he's been putting out the podcast show. Follow us on Anchor and any other podcast shows that you have. The Heel Heat. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us and watching us. Bye.
Bye.